the gloriousness of the intro.
It's true.
That like that music didn't. Either way, hello everybody. I hope you're all doing well. How are you all doing, my friends?
Good.
Good.
Yeah.
It is a stretchy, nice, snowy day out here in the real world in Colorado, if you are here. But I think it's time we jump right back into Porta Temporea.
Whee! That was my jumping.
It was pretty good. I mean, you jumped like sideways in a chair.
Yeah.
So a quick rehashing of what happened last time. You spoke with Rachel, who because you were looking for like why is it that a soul would be lost? Like you tried resurrection magic, you tried spare the dying, and it didn't seem to work. Rachel, as the expert of the void, may have some information. Unfortunately, she didn't have, but she knew who did. A nun named Sister Frida, and so she said that she would meet you the next morning, I believe, to go and find her. On your way, she encouraged you to speak with Uso, who gave you an interesting, like, kind of cufflink type thing. And upon leaving, you realized it was not so the cufflink, but some kind of like magical or mechanical cube that when you housed a spell in it, and when you used it inside of Peter's new fancy house that does not have like holes in the wall, it opened up a magical door to Mordenkainen's magnificent mansion. I believe this is the most. No, actually, no. I missed the most important thing. Celine has eaten was it like 1.5 bags of Peter's premium coffee.
Yeah.
And is like vibrating with the power of 1,000 suns.
Well,
so we begin today in a glorious like white marble mansion, although it does have this air of like purple sheen going through it. It's also like just kind of like almost mystical, like early forest morning light fog.
I'm confused. It's purple and not teal.
It is purple and not teal. That does matter. That absolutely matters.
And there's music that's coming from. So if I remember correctly, we have a choice to make. Is that right? Whether or not we're going to partake in a certain Trask hunt or not.
There is, yes. You have until the next morning. Essentially, you would need to go under a professor, and Rachel seemed to be like willing to take you on.
So, how's everybody feeling about that?
I mean, knowledge is good. We can always learn something from someone, so I'm not opposed.
What were our options if we decided not to do the Trask hunt?
The Trask hunt is essentially extracurricular activity. It is a massive event put on by the school. If people who are not in the school, they get to like pay tickets and like see from like a very far distance, and like spells are cast on them so they're invisible to the Trask, so they get to see a Trask hunt. Many of the professors and many of the graduates like actually partake in the hunt, whereas students just kind of like come and do like a small part, as they are not necessarily ready to take on a full-grown Trask by themselves. If you don't sign up for it, there's nothing against you. You just like lose out on that opportunity for this awakening of the Trask, and you like go somewhere else. So it's very much like extracurricular. You don't have to go.
So Uo, okay. So first of all, I'm walking around because this is obviously a magical construct, and I don't really trust it. So I'm like poking columns and like making sure everything's real. But Uo, you have those cards that tell you the future or whatever. Can it tell us what we should do? Should we avoid the Trask hunt as we've been told to? Or should we do it anyway?
Wow. Uo is uncharacteristically smiling.
Is it a cherubic smile?
less so cherubic and
Oh.
more like a genuine smile. And looks around for a table.
So you look around.
We're still
You
in
look
that mansion, right?
Still in the mansion. You look around, and you're actually just in this like exceedingly long hallway. And you look back and forth. There is no table. And then when you look back the second time, a table is just there.
Perfect. I don't
Ah,
question that at all.
where did that come from? It's a mimic. Kill it. Mm.
Table off.
Table off.
Well, never gets old. Yeah, he'll he'll sit at the table, assuming there's chairs, and begin pulling out his cards and preparing to cast divination as a ritual. And he gestures for Trogheim to sit at the opposite end of the table.
Oh, she's definitely eyeing that thing like it's gonna bite her, but will hesitantly sit down. Chaz, are you there? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You sometimes you just like don't move so well that I'm like, oh crap, he froze.
Let me look this spell up real quick.
Cool.
Divination.
What was that, Astrid?
Are you?
Oh, to poke him and see him if he's alive.
Right.
Are you joining the table, Astrid?
I am joining the table.
As will Peter.
Excellent. So it will take 10 minutes to go through the cards.
So I'm going to need you to roll me a concentration check, as Peter is constantly. So what you doing?
Oh my god!
Are you playing spades? I know how to play spades. Those
You know,
are
even though I don't realize that he might be messing with, I've realized that there might be a fucking coffee machine in here somewhere. Peter, do you have that coffee with you?
no, I can go get it though.
Yes, Peter, get that coffee.
Amazing.
Astrid, I'm going to. Are you on Astral right now?
I am on Astral.
Can you roll me a perception check?
Let me see here. Let's see.
So Peter is like, "Oh yeah, that's great," and Peter's going to go and get one of the bags of coffee.
Oh dear. I was so excited that it worked, and then I looked over at the number. Wah,
I mean,
wah.
it worked for me. So it takes Peter a little while to get there and like get the proper coffee. You're not sure if he's like measuring out or whatever. Before he gets back, Uo, your spell is complete. What is the question you would like to ask?
He is performing this divination for Trogheim, who has requested the services of a master astrologian, clearly myself.
Mm-hmm.
Who needs that sun worshiper anyway? She didn't even know what she's doing. So, Trogheim, what is the question?
Should we partake in the? Wait, is it like a? Should we do this, or is it a? If we do this, is it good or bad?
Uo tells you that you can ask one single question concerning anything that is likely to happen within 7 days, and the cards will answer truthfully.
If we do the Tarask hunt, will that be bad for us?
Uo will turn the last card to complete the chain. And what does it say?
The last card is blank, which you've seen before. It's
Mhm.
usually when the powers that be, the stars, they don't have enough. So it's just a lot of stars that you can't really identify what specific thing.
It's
The other thing
actually
that
a
you would need to
zoom
ask,
in. It's a zoom in of a star, so it's just like super
it's
bright.
just, yeah, you would need to be either a little more specific, or you could turn one more card over. You know that if you turn one more card over, the stars just kind of like interpret and give you an answer, although it tends to be less helpful in that regard.
Yeah, I'll turn the next card over. In an attempt to parse out what the stars are trying to tell me.
Okay. So when you open the next card, both you and Uo, you see in your vision some of the former graduates of Porta Temporea, and they're running around in a panic as you look back and you see one graduate just get swallowed.
No.
And
Okay.
you all have never seen a Tarascon. Like, you have to be pretty well off to get a ticket. But you've heard it's not so much a Tarrasque hunt as it is a sort of carnival. The magics are powerful enough where the Tarrasque doesn't even notice you, and so like the Blue Mage Professor will kind of like dance around the toes, and they kind of like just take off some of the armor for like magical items. They stare it back to the earth, and then they put it to sleep. It's much more spectacle than actual danger. So if the fact that it can even notice them is a problem,
I guess I should ask, do you say this?
Well, yeah. I mean, he will interpret the cards.
What if that's because the Port of Finis people are gonna mess with something?
Well, it's not
Ooh.
clear. See, this constellation here references a change of plans.
Huh? Okay.
And
Okay.
that could be anything. It could be plans have changed because they've been interfered with, or it could be the plans didn't work and therefore they're being eaten. Because see, this card here, the mouth, yeah, that's bad. Doesn't mean us necessarily. I'm pretty sure that's that guy in the other class. The guy, the warrior. I think no. Timmy.
and as
He
you're
was a jerk.
talking, you hear Peter yell out, "Oh my god!" and just comes like storming back into the door. My coffee's gone.
What? Where is the coffee?
I don't know. It was Did you take it? Like, you didn't have to, I could have given it to you.
We would never do anything like that. Is Celine nearby? Like, is she just hanging out with us?
You haven't seen Celine for a bit.
Oh,
Oh dear.
super weird. I want to sort of call her to me, and spend a little time doing that. I know it takes. Also, as he's trying to figure out what happened to the coffee, I'm gonna defend that we would never. But I also want Celine nearby.
So you start like summoning Celine. Like with Eos, if you call her and she's like on this plane, she will like cluck her way over. Celine is a little more difficult.
Willful?
You can summon her. It normally takes 10 minutes, although as soon as you start like summoning, you look to your left and she's there but also not there at the same time. Like, she is almost like phasing through existence. Eyes just
She needs some water. I'm gonna go get her some water and just hand it up to her. Like, it does a body good. You need a little bit of water in your body. You've had too much caffeine.
Coffee love.
And then pet her. I want to try and pet her little jittery hologram of a body.
make me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh my god.
What could go wrong?
Oh man, it's been so long now. Okay. Nope, that's a check. Dexterity check. That's not a saving throw.
I will give you advantage because it is Celine, and you have seen this before. But even still, you touch her, and you take 4 force damage as like you kind of phase through her because she, for a second, wasn't there, and then she reappeared and like forced you out of her like physical space.
Of course she did. Of course she did. I'm gonna tell her that I love her anyway, and it's okay. And set a water, like I said, a glass of water just by her. So when you get a chance, drink some of that. Then I'm gonna get back to the conversation.
So Peter is essentially distraught that he has to get more coffee now.
I am also distraught
Absolutely.
because I haven't had coffee in like 9 days.
Yeah, it's been a while.
We could have subpar coffee here.
You watch your tongue.
I vote that any coffee is good, is all right. It's never going to be Peter's coffee, but it's something.
Peter suggests that I could go and get some more coffee.
Yes, immediately.
It'll take like you all got coffee with me. You know how long it takes, but I'll be back by tomorrow.
It's so long. It's so long away. She just sets her head down on the table and cries.
I feel like Peter should go get us some coffee.
Okay.
Did you say that out loud?
Yes. Yes, I did.
Excellent. So Peter starts running to you assume the teleportation circle, because that's what he did last time. And you notice that Celine is following him, but not like hopping. She just is like apparating next to him every 10 feet.
Oh dear.
I'm gonna yell out, "Watch after Celine for us!" Darn it.
All right. What are you all
So-
going to do? You're in
So after I get over the lack of coffee, okay, that's a lie. I will never get over the lack of coffee. But once I accept that we will not have good coffee today, I am at least convinced that if there is going to be a problem tomorrow at the trash con, it is because of the Porta people. So maybe rather than going to be a part of the hunt, we should go to watch out for these people and put an end to them forever. I mean, just, no, that's what I mean. Yeah, we'll just stop them. What do you all think?
Like I'm in agreement, but we need to disguise ourselves because it seems to me that we're all so memorable that they would be able to see us if we knew them or know of us with a good enough description that all of them will know we're trying to get information. So I think we need disguises.
And I look down at my, what am I, 7 feet tall or something like that? With blue skin, and I'm just like, what do you have in mind?
At least a hat.
I like hats.
Brilliant.
Brilliant.
If we could find some cloaks, like a Holocaust cloak and some hats, I think we'll be in business.
I am the Dread Pirate Roberts.
Yeah. That's a good idea.
Exactly.
I'm down with that.
All right. Maybe even Peter has some extra, some cloaks or something in his house.
Well,
We could borrow them.
let's check this place.
True.
Yeah.
And Peter did make himself at home in our place when he was staying there, so we might as well just return the favor.
This
Well, aren't we
is all
still
true.
inside
Yes.
the mansion?
I
Yep.
think we are. Yeah.
Still have the mansion.
Yeah. Maybe there's something here that we could use.
I'm down with checking it out.
Is
Give
there- Oh, go ahead.
Give me an investigation check. Right now you're like in the foyer. And there's like upstairs, there's a downstairs, it is very large, we shall say.
Before I begin my search, I'm going to reference my cards for a guidance.
Yes.
See if the cards can direct me into the correct way. So investigation, you said?
Yes.
Investigate. Investigating.
I
That's a
would
D4.
also like to investigate.
Go ahead.
The D4 is.
Yeah, okay. So it takes you a little while to figure out how this place is laid out. It seems like upstairs, the entirety of the upstairs is just her workspace. So she has like a storage of all types of different inventions she's used. The big issue is you're not sure which ones work and which ones don't. She seems to just invent things and then throw them in a pile, and then like they're there. But there does seem to be mechanical devices of all sorts.
Do any of them look like a hat?
Many of them do actually look like hats. The issue is her head is decidedly smaller than your head.
That will not stop me from trying them on.
You take this wide brim fedora and you pop it on, and it's just a tiny little top hat on your head.
What do you think? Do I look different? And I will like pose for Astrid.
It brings out your eyes.
All right, this is what I'm wearing.
Do I notice anything that's a bit bigger that might fit him a little bit better? Maybe like a floppy beach hat?
Even
There.
there is a floppy beach hat, but even still, the actual hat part, because she is, she's essentially like a gnome, and he is essentially like half giant. So it's like two size differences, and so there, and because it's not magical, like Uso has apparently like this magic thing, but even this magical thing was captured in the mechanical device. The hats are not magical, and so they do not form to her head.
Okay. Are there any curtains available?
There are curtains, yes. Although, make an Arcana check if you would.
Let's see here.
Yep, they're curtains.
Oh no. Well, because Astrid knows a lot about, or knows something about a lot of different things, it may not be completely proficient.
Mm-hmm.
Astrid is going to grab a curtain panel and try and fashion it into a cloak for Tragon.
Give me a dexterity check. Yeah, a dexterity check. As you fashion and fold and flip and.
Let's see here.
What color are the curtains? Just out of curiosity.
Periwinkle.
Ah.
Yes.
She's very purple, isn't she?
She is.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you the way you have been brought up designing like cloaks is you take the curtain and you put it on yourself, and you make the cloak out of it, right? That's how you know it fits. And then you took it off and you put it on Trogheim, and you're like,
It doesn't fit.
does not fit.
It's okay. You wear this one. I've got my hat. I am completely disguised.
I want to take the other curtain And because I learned from my mistake, try and fashion the other curtain around Trogheim while I take this one.
Roll again with advantage. Okay, Trogheim, you now have a nice periwinkle cloak around you.
Excellent. I feel pretty. Oh, so pretty.
It's very
And witty. Okay. Now, is there anything, are there more curtains to make another one for Uo?
There seems to be almost an unlimited amount of room. So yeah, there definitely are more curtains.
I'm going to try and hunt out another curtain to make another cloak. And learning as I go, of course.
Mm-hmm.
So this one should be exceptional, I hope.
Roll with advantage. You were so used to making large cloaks that a cloak for what is essentially a small child, you got too much material and you didn't want to waste it because you're like, I took it down. I don't want to like waste it. So you try to like make it bulky to like
But
not.
wait, what if we, because we're disguising ourselves, so what if, Uo, you walk on stilts and then it'll look like you're taller and they won't know who you are?
God. And we
Oh.
all match, so it looks like we're in a club.
Uo is really surprised by this this amazing idea. And is super into it.
What could go wrong?
So you
So
all
the table wasn't a mimic, but the stilts are. Rolling a Oh, sorry.
You all are cloaked up. Uo has his stilts.
I've got my awesome hat.
Got your hat. Celine is no longer on this plane of existence.
Of course she's not.
It's probably for the best.
Astrid thinks to herself that Celine may need some time. So maybe calling Eos is the more appropriate companion to have with us.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna call Eos to us.
Okay, so then you're gonna spend the next hour like calling Eos.
Okay.
I'm going to need you to make me an Arcana check for that. Crap. Okay, fine. What are you all doing for that next hour?
I just had a thought, and I'm going to go back to the cards real quick and see if there's any reference to the constellation of the rabbit.
Okay. What spell is this in particular?
Just going back over the divination spread just to see if I possibly glazed over a rabbit.
Nope. Not in the divination, not in the draw that you had for that divination spell.
Okay. All right. Uo looks relieved.
Maybe that whiteout was actually Celine exploding and blowing up the world.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
What have we done?
That was his concern there for a second. He's like, oh, wait a minute.
In that collection of hats, is there anything that would fit Uo and Astrid? Because that's what I'm going to look for during that hour.
Not really. I mean, it's a better fit than for you.
Right.
But like even compared to Uo and Astrid, Uso was pretty minute.
Yeah. I will find the most fitting for each of them.
There are
Since
some like
mine-
stretchy hats.
Yeah, mine looks so amazing. I want to make sure they have one as well.
Would any of her hats fit me?
No, your head is still substantially bigger, and you have horns.
Oh, that's right. My sexy horns.
I'm happy to cut holes in Uso's hats to make them fit your horns. Because I wouldn't think of that. I'd just be like, yeah,
Uo.
let's just cut these up.
Yeah.
Uo, you get a Santa hat. Like two massive horn holes for your horns.
Yes.
Not holes that fit, just like massive holes. So like a good half of the hat is just gone, but your horns come through.
Love it.
He gently pats his horns and smiles, and makes his way for what he's certain to be her secret library, because every professor's got to have a library.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Astrid, while you're summoning Eos, you get a baseball cap that can kind of fit, although you can't like buckle the back. It just like sits on your head. And even then, you can't. You have to have it like half because you have like massive ears, unless you cut holes in
I will
her.
absolutely cut holes for my
Okay.
ears.
Yeah. As for a secret library, no. Uso does not have a secret library. She does have lots of different rooms with failed and successful gadgets. But she is not she is not a book learner. She learned by like not blowing up enough times.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah.
All
Does-
right. Well, and I'm still just hanging out, calling Eos.
Yep.
Okay, like crisscross applesauce style.
Mhm.
All right. Cool.
Does it look like any of those other inventions do anything that we can recognize? Like if we see one and it's just like, oh, that's obviously a machine gun, or that one obviously is a back scratcher.
I mean, she has. There are a large number of like gun blades, obviously. Large number of like just like normal guns. And on the line, a large number of like miscellaneous stuff. You can recognize most of the inventions, or you can recognize the shape. What they do has yet to be determined.
Hmm.
Do any of them have buttons?
The vast majority have buttons. Are you going to pick one up?
Every so often, they might notice me like walk over and look at the button, and like my finger hovers over it, and then I won't push it.
Mm-hmm. So after about an hour, Eos arrives, looking much calmer than Celine.
Eos, our buddy. I'm gonna scoop Eos up and give her a great big hug.
So what will you do for the rest of the night? Peter is gone. You're just hanging out in this magnificent mansion. What shall you do before the morning?
I want to look at some of her inventions, and are there any that I can like figure out? Like if Trogheim's kind of like not sure, but are there any that I somehow feel like I need to be touching or?
Give me an intelligence check. The thing is, even though Trogheim does not have traditional knowledge, she has studied Uso's like career and how she does things. So Trogheim actually has the best chance of understanding anything here, whereas your knowledge is much more like medicinal and magical. It was something like very opposite from what Uso does. And these are essentially the more esoteric inventions. Like most of the gun blades are what she like gives to her students, whereas this is like a book that like doesn't actually open, but you're pretty sure it's a book. And there's a button on the front. And you're like, I could press maybe that unlocks it, but it's also Uso.
It
I
might just be a
absolutely want to
bomb.
press the button. If there's a book that has a button, I want to press it and step back really fast.
Like
Give me a dex.
I was gonna say, as you're walking around and looking at things, if like my knowledge can help, then I will. Can I like use the help action essentially, and throw in oh, I read this one time about Uso made this thing, and like give advantage on a roll for figuring out what the thing is.
Well, what it would cancel out her disadvantage essentially.
Okay, yeah,
Um,
totally.
Yeah, so you can do that. So she rolled a 13. You remember there was a time when Uso was big into traps. She thought she was going to be like a trap maker. But she was like, traps don't work if you recognize them. So we need to decorate traps in ways that are different. And we can't just have the normal like explosion traps because those don't work either. Like we've known that for a long time. We need to have inventive traps.
She made mechanical mimics, didn't she?
Did you press the button?
Right. I will bring that up.
I pressed.
Yes.
You press the button. You don't even get a save. You take 10 bludgeoning damage as
Oh my
you
god.
feel like there's a magnetic attraction between like your eyes and the book, and it just like slams into your face.
I mean, that is why I didn't push any of the buttons. Just sorry. I guess I should have said something.
I'm gonna put my paw to my head and go sit down with Eos.
You cannot see. You are blind. The book is like
I'm
right in your
stuck to
face.
your face. That's
Yeah.
funny.
I'm gonna stick out my arms like I'm in a really, really dark room. Hey guys, bring me my chicken. Bring me
I'll-
my
I'll
chicken.
guide her towards her chicken.
And then I'm gonna sit down.
Do you want
I
me to try
probably
and get that
shouldn't
off
press
of
that
your
button.
face?
Yes, please.
I'll try
Can I
and
get
pull
it
it off
off?
of her face.
Athletics check with advantage because I assume she is also helping you. Yeah. You pull it off and you get it past the like 3-foot diameter, and then it just the magnetic pulse is gone.
Gotcha.
What a trick. Uso's quite funny.
Hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
How you doing over there, Uo?
Uo's voice is going to echo from beyond the halls, like he's off somewhere, hunting down for a collection of books. And the voice that echoes out is like, "Don't touch the button. I have seen dangerous things if you touch the button."
Okay. Better
12
late
degrees
than
to
never.
the north.
I'm gonna hold on to Eos a little bit more and concentrate on a self-healing and reflection of what I had just done.
I'm gonna bring that book with us.
Okay. So you have Uso's trap book.
Fair enough.
Pretty pens that have little buttons.
Yes, although not in the rooms. In the front, like foyer, I guess there is a kind of desk with a cup that has pens in it. Many of those pens have buttons on them.
And scooch over and just get some
Okay.
and stick them in pockets. I'm not gonna touch the buttons. I'm just gonna
Okay.
stick a handful in my pockets.
You have 5 C pens.
Okay. They might be useful someday. I don't know.
It's true.
All right. So then, unless there's something you want to do tonight, I'm just going to assume that is nap time.
Yeah, sooner or later, sleeping
Yeah.
is good.
Okay.
Yes.
So you take a long nap. Benefit from a long nap. It is now T minus 3 days until Tarask Hunt. You wake up in the morning and you know you're supposed to go with Rachel to meet Sister Frida to talk about this potential curse.
That's right, the sister.
I think doing that would be good.
Agree.
Okay. So then you make your way to her class and she is there. Has a nice like explorer's hat on and like a backpack. She is ready to travel.
Has Peter come back yet?
Now, Peter said it would take like 2 or 3 days to come back.
Yeah.
Oh,
Just
okay.
because he has to like go to the place and then like meet with the woman who like punched him in the stomach the last time and
Mhm.
try to get the coffee and then make his way back.
I think we need extra food. Can we just ask her if she wouldn't mind having us make sandwiches in her kitchen before we leave?
You don't want to go in I brought granola, and she like shows her backpack, and there's just like granola wrapped in like plastic baggies.
Granola.
Wait, oh my god. Okay, I feel appeased by that. Full trusting, like full trusting. Do I notice anything weird from her kitchen though?
Or you're at her classroom. You're not in her house.
Okay. Okay. I'm fully satisfied with that.
All right, let's have an adventure class.
Yay!
So
Am I the
do
only
your-
one who cheers?
Yeah.
Oh,
So you
Sorry.
do the normal thing. You head to the teleportation circle. The security around the museum, the artifact museum, much beefier than it usually is, but that's to be expected. It has been hit, I think, 3 times at this point.
yeah.
And you teleport back to the village where you met Sister Frida. It's a cold village, and
This
you
is-
make your way back.
This is not the village that had all the zombies, right? Different village?
No, different
Okay.
village. It looks similar, like probably the same similar geographic position, like same kind of climate, kind of similar architecture, but it is a different village.
Okay.
And you make your way to the end where Sister Frida is waiting for you. It's like, Rachel, it is good to see you again. I'm glad I got your message before I left to go back to the nunnery. Yeah, well, that's what we'll say.
Get thee to a nunnery.
How can I help you? And Rachel replies, oh yeah, these students are doing some investigatory work, and we were hoping we could pick your brain about curses. Would you all like to explain to Sister Frida? I believe you've all met before.
I think so.
Yeah, you have.
Okay.
She was the one who initially looked at Ura.
Just before he died. Or
Yep.
just after, technically, huh?
Oh no.
No, she looked at him before he died.
Oh, it was before we went to the island.
Yeah.
Gotcha, sorry.
Yeah, I'll present her with my my hastily scrawled research on the effects of Spare the Dying on Unknown Curse 2020.
We're going to go ahead and call it COVID.
Yes. So she looks over. She's this is excellently crafted research. I am very impressed by your students' work. If it is true, it does not bode well. Curses tend to afflict the body, not the soul. So if a curse can afflict the soul, that has much larger ramifications than an average should. Give me insight checks.
Insight checks. Can do that. Come on, you can do it.
Yeah, I'm actually, paying a lot of attention to this granola, and I'm just like picking out little pieces and like.
That wasn't a good piece. Uo is paying the most attention because, of course, she's looking at his notes. Even still, there's this weird look that you can't quite identify. It's close-ish to concern, but that's not it.
Her?
Yeah, she looks... Her response to this news does not match the words that are coming out of her mouth. We will say that.
I quickly flip through a few cards and cast Detect Thoughts.
Let me just see how this spell works.
I think it's basically surface.
You cast
if I
Detect
do-
Thoughts. Yeah, doesn't work.
Doesn't work.
Doesn't work.
Oh.
She has no thoughts.
Hmm.
Give me an Arcana check.
Arcana. Arkansas. It's thinking about it.
Okay. Detect Thoughts is a pretty reliable spell. There are only like really two situations in which, well, I guess three situations in which thought doesn't work. One, creature's too dumb, has no thoughts. She can hold a conversation, so she should have thoughts. Two, creature has some kind of divination protection magic around her, which is possible. Three, it's a specific type of creature that you are unable to detect the thoughts of. So from your experience, golems are difficult to detect thoughts of, but after you get through the first three layers, then it's super easy because the thoughts tend to be, fairly simple. But there are different types of creatures where it becomes more and more difficult to actually detect the thoughts.
Is Rachel pinging?
Yeah, you can detect Rachel's thoughts.
What is Rachel thinking about?
So she's looking at you and it's like, why are you in my head?
Cherubic smile.
And then let me get an insight check from Rachel. She says, we'll talk later. Well, she doesn't say it. She thinks we will talk later.
Cherubic smile. And then just kind of, just to see, I'm just really curious since it's up, just kind of slide on over to Trogheim. What's Trogheim thinking about?
What is Trogheim thinking about?
Why would anyone ever eat granola? I don't understand. This is so bland and boring. I might as well just eat dirt. Dirt would probably be better than this.
Alrighty.
Does the chicken have thoughts?
Ah.
Does Eos have thoughts?
Of course, Eos has thoughts.
Eos does have thoughts.
Can I kind of skim over them? Is that possible?
Skim over them. It is difficult. One, it doesn't seem like one unified thought, but a jumble of thoughts all together.
Oh, fascinating.
Though there is one, although most of the thoughts are kind of seem like they're unified, so it's a jumble of thoughts that are eventually heading towards the same goal. So from Eos, you get lots of make sure everyone stays alive, chill out, baka. There is one that is underneath the surface, but is still present. Coffee.
Eos wants coffee too.
She doesn't necessarily want coffee. There is just this underpinning of coffee.
Interesting. I won't let that trouble me at all. As spirits are confusing things in general. What's floating around in Astra's head?
Hmm. I'm wondering if I can get one of those nun outfits as a disguise for fun.
Ooh. And just out of curiosity, Chaz, do I detect any other intelligent beings within, was it 30 feet, question mark?
Yeah, I mean there are like a whole bunch of people at the end. This is essentially breakfast time.
Okay. But no one else seems to be questionably a golem or
Nope.
shielded or anything. General chatter about food and breakfast and other basic stuff.
Yeah.
I'll maintain concentration on it. I'll leave Rachel out of it, but I'll maintain concentration just to kind of keep my ears open.
Okay. So you chat for a while, and she's like, I was going home, but I think I need to make a pit stop to Porta Temporea and have a chat with the mayor about this.
Ooh. I'm going to ask her before she leaves if she wouldn't mind sharing with us her favorite healing potion, just like the recipe, or her favorite healing spell.
Her favorite healing spell. Aha, right. Well, she says, my favorite healing spell is actually the simplest healing spell I know. I think they just call it heal. It's a fairly weak spell, but sometimes you just need a small bit of energy to keep you going through the day.
Oh, I thought you were going to say coconut oil. Heal. Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm. You, along with Uo, can do an Arcana check. Trogheim,
Yeah,
you can also do an Arcana check.
Like, do that.
I was going to ask about that. I was like, wait, heal? The
I'm going to
spell
go ahead and
heal?
pass on that one.
Both of you are well aware of this spell. This is, according to you, one of the the final healing spells that any healer can learn. It is the level 7 spell.
Seven or eight, yeah. It's beefy.
uh, let's see exactly what. Yeah. It's just a 6th level spell. Instantly heals 70 hit points.
And blindness, deafness, and any diseases.
Yeah. So that is her her baseline healing spell. That when she just needs a pickup for the rest of the day.
Do you
I'm
work
going
with
to
the
remember
mayor?
that.
What was that?
Do you work with the mayor? Are you friends with the mayor?
Friends is a strong word. We are colleagues. We have been known to work together from time to time. I just need to check a few things. Excuse me, if you would pass me my staff. And she looks at you, Trogheim.
I'll look around. Is it like near me?
Yeah, it's like next to your chair.
Oh. Pass it over to her.
Athletics check, if you would. You move it, and then it instantly just drops on the ground, splintering the wood as it falls.
My God.
Was it super heavy and that's why I dropped it, or did it slip out of my hand?
Super heavy.
Sorry.
No, it is my fault. I shouldn't have asked. As she looks to the barkeep and is like, I will pay for that. That is my error. And she walks over and picks it up, and then just starts walking away with it.
She doesn't look that swole.
Hmm. Who was chewing on something he knows he probably shouldn't say, so I don't think he's going to.
Whisper it to us.
He's gonna wait till she's well out of ear range. Cherubic smile. Wave, wave. Cherubic smile. Glad you like the research. Cherubic smile.
And
Wave, wave.
she leaves.
Uo is gonna cut eyes directly over to Rachel.
Where it's like, first of all, you're not sneaky. I can see your somatic movements. Stay out of my head. Second of all, did you try to detect thoughts on Sister Frida?
She is unresponsive.
And we're just gonna think back. It's like, I mean, that doesn't shock me. I know she's not a normal person.
I
But she-
have the inclination that she is not a person.
What do you mean?
I would assume that the mayor would only deal in these sorts of things if he were to be involved by others, perhaps closer to his station.
Wait, what are you? So you're saying she's a dragon?
I am merely suggesting a hypothesis.
I mean, that would explain a lot.
Uo nods sagely.
This is all in your head, right?
I don't think I can speak telepathically.
No.
Okay, so
This
you're
is
saying
out.
this out loud. So
Yeah, so
what
he's
does it
responding in-
answer? You said it answers a lot of things. What does it answer?
I mean, like she's never been, like, we could tell she's not human. Like,
Yeah,
or,
I mean,
or at least she has some
obviously,
kind
yeah.
of weird magics. Like she's been that age since I was a child. She has
Do you-
just.
Do you suspect that the mayor can be in two places at once? Or perhaps to have two bodies? Is that possible?
I mean,
One of them's dead now, if that's the case.
I'm sure it could be. Wait, what?
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 What do you
What?
mean? One of them's dead.
Who said that?
You did.
It's like so obvious too. She's just like, can't believe I said that out loud.
Rachel, I bet you there's a lot of stuff that we could talk about in regards to what you probably didn't hear if you just signed this form here. And he'll slide over a library access form.
She'll say, like, I will sign this anytime you want. You just need to understand there are consequences to me signing this. What
We're
did
gonna wait, remember? God,
what did
Uo.
Uso say? You asked her about it, right?
And as much
I
as
didn't have-
possible. She's
Said you
all about
can.
knowledge.
So, what will you all do? Like, Rachel will sign it.
We're gonna wait, remember?
Fine.
I mean, could we have her sign it and just kind of hold on to it until we need to, or until we decide to go to the library and figure things out?
Well, Astrid,
Too
it's
great of a-
obviously gonna take her a long time to sign it, which is why she can't spend that time saving Uso. I mean, I can decide my name pretty quick, but obviously her name is much longer than mine or something.
Yeah. Do you want her to sign it?
I mean, yeah, I do. I don't think that Uso was keen on it, if I recall. Or she's Couldn't sign it because it wouldn't
Joe
carry any
wasn't
weight.
keen on it.
Yeah. I mean, I could probably just wait, but how close were you and Uso?
Now that I think about it, we actually were pretty close. Uso was one of the newer professors, but she was really cool. Not all the professors got along with her. She wasn't traditional by any sense of the words. So there were many who really were gunning for her job. But yeah, no, she was. It would be sad to see her leave, and even sadder if she died. Let's put it that way.
Her job.
Hmm?
What other professors wanted her job?
Most professors want her job, and if they don't want her job, they'd rather get rid of her and replace her with somebody else.
Have you ever been invited over to her office for dinner before?
I mean, we've had dinner together, but it was usually when we started talking, and then she wouldn't stop talking. And then it would be 8 o'clock. So it was never a formal invitation. She was always too busy working.
So you've never been to her place?
No.
Uo looks over at Trondheim and Astrid. Flashes them we should go to the powder room look.
That's great, because I got this piece of fucking granola stuck in my... I could... Yeah, let's do that.
I'm okay with that. My ear needs to be brushed out a little bit.
Cherubic smile. Cherubic smile. I'll be right back.
Okay, so you are...
Polish my horns.
That's not a euphemism, right? Because I don't want to see that.
Both of them. Both my horns. I have two.
So then Rachel is getting ready to go back. Uo, what are you doing when you're polishing your horns?
First, just checking to see if we're alone.
I mean, you're not alone. You're in... As far as I know, you're still in the inn.
Oh, I'm going to try and scoot the other two into a kind of a quiet spot for a quick powwow.
I thought we were going to the powder room. This is not the powder room.
Yeah, there's no powder here.
I see no powder.
I need to get this granola out of my mouth.
As he's talking, he'll pull out a small quill and attempt to assist with the granola. Do a little bit of dental surgery.
Why is you poking?
Stay still. Remember that place that we were the other day? You know, the place with the book and the button?
It takes Trondheim a little bit to think about it. Yes. You mean yesterday?
Yes, yesterday. So we know a bunch of stuff that I don't think that Rachel knows, and certainly a lot of other people don't know. I have found myself in a situation where I don't obviously know the answer and have not foreseen it. But perhaps the power of the stars have been around you for so long that maybe you'll know the answer. Do we tell her anything?
Well, it seems like they weren't the best of friends. So
mean, she
Maybe
is the
we-
one who's trying to help Rachel or Uso, though.
But is she? How do
Well,
we
what
even
would she-
test to see if she really, really wants to help?
What would she have to gain?
Do you think she'd want her job?
I don't think that their line of studies necessarily intersect.
Would she gain anything from Uso being?
Out of
She
the
thinks
way?
she thinks for a long minute, and then she's just like, deaded. Made deaded by, not kill. I mean killed, but you know, when they, because she's guilty and they're gonna dead her.
Well,
To find
Favorite-
out who Uso's friends are.
doesn't sound like she had many.
She is kind of abrasive.
Well, why would she have given us what she did? Unless it was meant to be delivered to someone?
So Chaz, when she gave it to us, was it? Did we get the feeling it was for us because she didn't think she was going to live? Because that's the feeling I got.
Yeah,
Okay.
there was a very much. I am passing on the metaphorical torch.
Right. I'll tell Uo and Astrid that.
Hmm.
But we're not gonna need this because we're gonna save her.
Oopsies.
Oopsies.
And then what about the thing we found in the cave?
The dragon?
The thing we found in the cave. Long stare.
Yeah, the dragon.
At Trondheim. No, the thing we found in the cave. The whatever it is that you're saying there. The thing. You know? The thing?
The dead dragon?
Uo sighs. We know about that.
Hmm.
He doesn't know about that.
Hmm.
And that nun is going to go talk to the mayor in town.
Who you think had two bodies. And now
It's
one
a
of them's dead.
hypothesis.
So they all may be in cahoots with each other.
Is another hypothesis, yes.
Do you think the mayor wants Uso dead?
That is another theory, yes.
I mean, maybe Ura was right. Maybe we should just go kill the mayor. Because apparently he's a
Well-
bastard.
But is it the mayor?
You're making my head hurt.
Fate weaves itself in very strange ways. It's often very difficult to truly understand the magnitude of its reach.
Well, I still don't know who would benefit more from having Uso gone. But if a bunch of the professors and the mayor are potentially in cahoots, we have to figure out who's on Uso's side to help us out. Or we just sneak around and we try and catch them in the act of something.
Chaz,
Yes.
when we saw Uso,
Mm-hmm.
what was the security like, and her like cell compared to like where we that like little like sheriff station where they had the zombie and the like single cell in the basement that was like pretty easy that we could have just like gone in
It
and like
was pretty similar. There was like one homie at the front desk, and while you were talking, one homie would like walk through and walk by every once in a while. It seems like they relied much more on like the honor system and the like magics that like cancel magic in her cell.
yeah. What if
Honestly, actually, give me an intelligence check. You're the
so
smart
mean
one,
to
right?
me? You're so mean to me.
Am I, or am I giving you an opportunity to rise to the occasion?
Yeah.
Apparently.
It occurs to you if Uso wanted to leave, she could have left at any time.
So if how so? Like what how do I what does that look like to me in my head?
Um, even though Uso, well, the thing that they stopped in the cell was magic.
Right.
You know for a fact that the reason Uso is a gunblade is because she has like mechanically enhanced her abilities to use weapons.
Mm-hmm.
If Uso wanted, she could have broken. She could have gotten out at any time because it doesn't cancel mechanical enhancements; it only cancels magic.
So I would relay that information. Why do you think she's staying there? Do you think she wants to die? That's weird.
An innocent person wouldn't run.
I mean, she accepts that she helped us, but helping us is a lame reason for them trying to kill her. It seems extreme.
This isn't about helping us. It's about something else. We are a convenience.
No, we're students.
Well, yes, but it's like the relationship between the trees and the bees.
Astrid.
and the parrots.
Yes.
Make a perception check while this conversation is happening. It's a good-looking tavern.
It's a
Oh,
good-looking
jeez.
tavern. Nice.
Awesome. Astrid's holding on to her chicken, checking out the fine establishment. And I'm gonna send to Eos to see if Eos can perceive more than I can. Because I'm just having a good time. Like, what do you see, Eos? And send Eos out to check out the people and conversations.
Can Eos do any better? Eos comes like walking back in, flapping, like running through people's legs. Everyone's standing up. The owner like pulls out a giant butcher's knife and is like, "What's going on here?" Eos is freaking out.
Oh,
Okay, I'm gonna call Eos back and just let everybody know that we haven't had our coffee yet. Not to worry.
Everyone's like,
My-
"Oh," and they all just sit down. They all get it.
Okay.
it's probably unhealthy to feed Eos coffee because it will stunt their growth.
I think Eos might be done growing. Is that right?
Kinda, yeah.
Okay. And like any one of us, Eos is probably due for some beverage. Certainly. Can I notice if there's any fun conversations going on that might sort of be relevant?
To Ao squawking like that, that isn't a fun conversation. Ao squawk. That is a dangerous squawk.
Can I perceive from Eos that it's a dangerous squawk?
Yes.
Do I have capabilities to talk to Eos or find out what Eos is even
You
saying?
can talk to Eos, and Eos understands you. She cannot talk to you.
Um, have we attempted any kind of charades? I don't think we have we?
You haven't. You can give it a shot. Eos has no hands, so it would be difficult for her.
I'm still okay with that. I'm gonna mention to my companions that Eos has something to tell us, and I'm gonna be like, okay, what is it, girl? What is it?
Did Timmy fall down the well again?
Exactly.
I mean, it's really hard. She's just kind of squawking, and yeah.
There's this thing that diviners use called a letterboard / trademark infringement. Uh, and this letterboard allows them to speak with spirits that cannot communicate with their mouths because they are in between this world and the next. So perhaps what we need is a chicken board. That might help. Does Eos
Some
know how to
letters.
read?
Ooh. Does Eos know how to read?
Eos does not know how to read Common. She is a collection of face spirits, so she reads like Sylvan.
Perhaps does Eos recognize like a live chicken, dead chicken?
Probably.
Think I've got minor illusion. Maybe. Do I? Question mark. Maybe. Scrolling. Of course I don't. I'm not that kind of wizard, Harry.
You know what, though? Do I have minor illusion?
While you are looking for Madeline, she is going to squawk her way outside of the tavern.
What? I'm gonna run after her.
You see an individual in a large brown cloak. Oh, by the way, your cloaks, yeah, they're gone.
I had a feeling. Yeah.
Yeah.
The hats stay though, right?
Yeah, hats stay. As do the pens, as do the book. Cloak is gone.
Okay.
A large individual who has a very unique walk. Whenever they step with their left foot, you can't hear the foot fall.
Weird. Who could it be?
Yeah, I wonder.
Roth.
What do you do, Astrid?
And nobody's behind me?
As far as
do I have a sense of dread? Like, is Eos running toward the stranger, or like, does
Yes.
Eos run away toward the stranger?
Toward the stranger, and like bobbing the chicken head and like all puffed up, as one would do.
Like defensive. She's
Yes.
defensive. Oh, what a sweet girl. Oh my god. I sense that Eos is trying to protect me against whoever this is, this ominous figure. Do I know who this figure is from my knowledge, my previous knowledge?
It looks like Archambault.
Ah,
Or
okay.
Chambault.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm not a huge I'm not a huge fan. So I'm going to call Eos back and say, no, dear, that's not daddy, and just pull her. But I'm
Nice.
going to kind of do it in such a way where I'm trying to look like I'm not paying attention to who it is.
Right.
And just run over and be like, oh, no, silly, and grab her and make a run for it. Daddy's inside here. Don't be so silly. And take the chicken and run inside and tell everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Or my crew. Tell my crew, not
Right.
everybody. Yeah.
Oh, what is it with this stupid asshole?
He's the worst.
He is the worst. I say we should just, if we're I'm, You know, Uso's gonna die because I protected myself from him attacking me. We might as well just finish him off anyway. They can't kill her twice for something I did.
Well, I mean, I'm up for a challenge. I'll attack if everybody else is on board.
We need witnesses that
do
say
need
we need to get him to attack us, and then
Mhm.
we need witnesses that say he attacked us and we were defending ourselves.
Where's
So
Rachel?
what do we do? Insult his mother?
I mean, I have a feeling if he sees me, he's just gonna try and kill me anyway.
Now,
Yeah,
did he recognize me? I guess the bigger question is, did he recognize me when I
He
was
didn't
trying to get the...
even look at you.
Okay. Okay. It's the ball cap.
It really
Great.
yeah.
Best
Great.
disguise ever.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Well, knowing that
Um,
I am equally as disguised, I'm gonna go peek out the door while we're figuring out what we do.
You know what we could do is send people to ask for his autograph and give them these pens. I've got 5 of them. I mean, we could see what happens.
A little light goes off in my head, and I'm like, I'm gonna go get his autograph. Is Rachel still in the room?
She's outside the door waiting for you all. Astrid
Okay.
saw her like when she ran out.
Okay. So I'm gonna take the book out. Like the trap book.
Uh-huh.
And I'm gonna start heading out the door, and I'm gonna look at Rachel and be like, "You're our witness," and then start walking towards Duchambeau.
He is like about 30 feet into a forest at this point.
Hey, Duchambeau!
You gotta
Duchambeau!
sound nicer.
Can I
Does
have
not-
your autograph?
He does not look back. He just keeps walking into the forest.
Oh, he's such a bitch. Hmm.
I'm gonna kind of follow behind with the chicken.
I don't
And
want to
try
go
and get
where
Rachel
there
to
aren't
come with.
witnesses.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and pull a Rachel with me and start walking off behind them, trying to catch up.
Have you noticed his
Saying
sword?
we have to witness. We have to witness this.
Is he wearing the sword that we've seen?
He has a large brown cloak over the majority of his body,
Right.
so you cannot tell.
Ah, damn.
Were there other people in the tavern with us besides the bar or the innkeeper who wanted to eat Eos?
Yeah, there were like another 10 people there.
Does anyone like granola?
What if we say he's a superstar? Like, is there a superstar in that region that people would just like love and die over? Is there like some
I
kind
mean,
of
he technically
sex god or
is
something?
nobility.
Yeah.
He technically is nobility. So, you know.
Okay. Okay.
I will-
I'm gonna scream that it's Duchambeau and that he's signing autographs, and everybody needs to come and watch.
Give me a persuasion check.
Summon paparazzi.
6. Mm.
Yay.
I think it was the Duchambeau that really clinched it. They're like,
Who?
I want an autograph from some Duchambeau.
I'm like, hey, if anyone likes granola, I will give you all of my granola if you would accompany me into the forest.
There are 4 people who stand up and like, we like granola. What type of granola is it?
Good. It's, I mean, worse than dirt flavored granola, but you can have all of it.
Deal. Wait, what are you going to do in the forest?
I just need you to watch something, kind of like a play. It's like going to be a play in the forest. It's a new act we're going to try out.
How long is this play?
Probably 3 to 4 rounds.
Give me a deception check. You have advantage because Rachel is actually like the bomb at making granola. So if you like granola, you'll like 12. One young girl is like, but Daddy, I want that granola. And so he will go with his daughter.
Okay. So we have Rachel and then 2 innocents.
You haven't convinced Rachel.
Rachel!
Yeah, I'm a city
Astrid,
girl.
Astrid, you're the one who's trying to drag Rachel along. Do you want to do anything about that?
Rachel, there's a superstar in the forest, and you need to experience this. Now, you see that guy with the cloak? He's giving away autographs. We got to check this out.
Give me
This
a
is going to change your life.
deception check with disadvantage. As Rachel is a superstar. Oh, 14. It's like,
And I hear he's hot.
how about you just get one for me? And if he is hot, then I'll show up.
You have, like, what if I see him and I think he's hot, and then you don't believe me? You need to let me know your level of hotness.
Rachel is then going to create silent image, and is going to start like building her perfect man.
I think that's what she's doing in her little room anyway.
Just
but
like
just from pieces.
Rachel, what do you know about the necromantic arts?
I've dabbled in necromancy a little bit.
Is it possible for someone to command a throng of undead with just their voice?
Possible, yes, although that would require... I don't know any techniques that would allow that, so it would require someone with a tremendous amount of magical potential in order to pull that off.
Would you believe me if I told you witnessed someone matching the description of the one in the brown cloak who went into the woods, commanding not just a throng of undead, but intelligent undead?
No, I wouldn't. But I will go with you, as this could be useful evidence for your case.
That too. Terrific smile.
So this whole interaction did take about 5 minutes, and so he is pretty deep into the forest at this point.
Or is he? I'm just assuming we can't see him, and so we're going to have to try and find him.
So you're walking in. Give me some survival checks.
Survival.
Survival.
Damn it, Trogheim.
Surviving.
I don't survival checks are. Where are you?
So Trogheim, you are pretty sure you know exactly where to go. And you just book it in that direction. You're so focused you don't hear Astrid and Uo saying, Trogheim, you're going the wrong way. Trogheim! As it turns out, the thing you were tracking was not Duchambeau, but a moose.
I mean,
Oh.
6 of one, half dozen of another, same thing.
Same thing. So you kind of like make your way back to where you were, and you see them. What that means is you're just going to be slightly behind the rest of your friends.
Okay.
Let us see. Astrid and Uo, you make your way to Oshambo in the distance, and he seems to be trying to yell at somebody, but he's like looking around as if he can't find them. Where are you? You told me to meet you here, and I can't. Why are you like this? I'm so lost.
Does it sound like Oshambo to us or like somebody else?
No, it sounds like him.
It sounds like him. I would like to disguise myself and get as close as I possibly can. How long does this last?
Does what last?
A disguise. Like, if I'm disguising myself like a shrub.
I mean, if you pick up a shrub and just kind of like duck behind it.
Well, I've got disguise self.
That
So
disguise self. That is different. I believe that's an hour.
Okay.
I think you just describe yourself as a different person. Make yourself, including your clothes, armor, blah 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 blah. Yeah, you just like look like somebody else for an hour.
I look like, well, let's say the nun for an hour.
Okay. So you've been arrested for enough. You just like copy her mannerisms, and
I try and walk up to Oshambo as if I'm looking for like medicinal things, and be like, oh, I just didn't see you here. What are you doing here?
he turns around like, who are you? Where did you come from?
Just trying to find Earth. I didn't see you around here. This is my secret spot for mushrooms.
I see. Well, I suggest you find another spot. This is a very dangerous area right now.
Why is it dangerous?
Wait, who are they? And he looks behind you as Uo and the two people are watching this play intently. And he looks back at you. Who are
There
you?
some students.
They don't look like students to me.
Well, they were asking me, they told me that they were students and they were asking me about medicinal mushrooms. And this is the only place that I know to get them. And so we decided to go on a little walk into the forest. And then here you were.
I see. Well, this is a large forest. I suggest you find mushrooms somewhere else.
Oh,
And then he turns around.
what a nice cloak you have.
And then he turns
What are
around
you doing
again.
out here?
Uo, where are you?
I think he's smart enough not to be within field of vision.
Mhm.
I think I'm gonna put him right about here.
Give me a stealth check.
Stealth. Yeah.
Yeah, you're good. Trogheim, you are catching up. What are you doing?
Do I see what's going on yet?
Yeah, at this point, you would see the group, or you would see
The nun.
what appears to be
right?
Sister Frida.
Right. Well, I'm sticking to my original plan, and so swallowing my hatred of this person. What was his first name?
He never told you.
Gotcha. I thought we had been introduced in the beginning, and I've just called him Duchambeau since then. So
Yeah, they tried to like, you should be friends, and he was like, a person of my station does not mingle with the commoners. And I think that's what you were. I was like, oh, okay, it's done.
As I get closer, I'm going to hold up the book and call out to him as Ochambeau instead of Duchambeau.
So you make a connection, like he sees you.
Okay. I'd be like, hey, I just wanted to. I'm sorry, we got off to such a rough start, but I was talking to people, and apparently you're famous. Did you know that? I want your autograph, and I'm just gonna keep walking towards them.
Ooh, you appealed. Give me a charisma check with advantage, because you appeal to his grandeur. Oh,
Oh.
and you see this look of like fury, and then he's like, "What would I expect of a commoner, but then to know people above him? Yes, I am the great Oshambo. Please come and bask in my presence." And he looks at you and is like, I do forget sometimes you are lesser. And it is my job, born with power, to really lead you along the way.
I try and smile.
So I feel I have an idea for you. How about I take you on as my vassal?
I don't know what that means, but can I get your autograph?
I mean, I guess it's only fair. This is the closer you would get to divinity. And so he takes it, and
So I'm gonna like hold the book up away from me and click the button.
okay. While he's signing, nothing happens.
That's unfortunate. I just smile at him. I look back at Uo. I look at the nun. Shit, that didn't work the way I expected it to.
Give me a intelligence check. Yeah. You remember that it wasn't just the book was focused on the point that was like staring at it. So essentially, Astrid was looking at the book, and that's what caused the hit her face.
Gotcha. So I'm just gonna wait until he tries to sign it.
Okay, and he finishes.
Take it back. Shake it. Look
Now
back at
about your punishment.
Punishment? Dude, there was nothing about punishment in our conversation. What are you talking about?
You have attacked one of your betters, even if it was in ignorance. It cannot be able to stand. And so I believe that I should take your arm as recompense. So stand up and put your arm out, and I will try to be quick with it.
Crazy talk.
So she's gonna think about this for a moment.
Should my daughter leave? I don't want her to see.
Nice. You didn't tell me this was an R-rated play. So I'm gonna think about this for a moment, and then I'll say, okay, I will I will pay your price, but you have to come forward and tell the truth that I was defending myself against when you attacked me, so that Uso can be released.
That is fair. That is fair.
But you have to do that right now in front of this teacher, and I gesture back at Rachel.
Rachel? Rachel's not there.
We have to leave the forest and find Rachel and people who would be witnesses
I thought we got over this. I am above you. I don't feel the need to lie. I will tell the truth once the penance has been paid.
Nope. How we do it.
Oh,
Give me
well, the nun's
insight.
here.
Oh yeah, the nun is here.
Yes, but knowing that I'm not just the nun, it's not going to be that helpful for me.
Trogheim doesn't know that.
Right? I don't know.
Trogheim legit thinks you're the nun. Like, this is not. You think Jumbo's the mayor?
We need more witnesses. This is too isolated. This is.
I
creepy weird people do. We should go back to the tavern and have a
I
drink
will
and talk
tell
this out.
the proper authorities once recompense has been paid. You got a 12 on your insight. He, if you met him when he was like this, you would still hate him,
That's
but
fair.
he wouldn't. It wouldn't be to the point where you want to tackle him. It's just like someone who you just probably wouldn't hang out with.
Yeah.
He is acting more honorable in a corrupted sense, to the point where he like seems to genuinely believe that one, he is better than you, and that he would have no reason to lie because he is better than you.
So I'm gonna look at Sister Frida, and I'm gonna look back at Uo, and I'm gonna look back at Sister Frida, and be like, okay, so you're the witness for this, and I'm gonna like kneel down and hold out my arm.
Oh my god.
Let's see. How would this work? You hear in your voice, in your head, Trogon. Are you sure this is what you want to do? It is Rachel.
Oh. Do I realize it's in my head, or does it just sound like I hear her voice?
I'm trying to think if you would have had a lot of experience. You might not, because I don't think anyone has like sending or.
Okay.
I've used message, but it's slightly different.
I mean, as long as it's something that you could like, because the tonality will be different. It doesn't sound like it's echoing around the forest. It sounds much closer to the point where
Okay.
you don't see her.
I would still probably say out loud.
Yeah.
No, but it's the thing I need to do to get Uso out of jail.
All right. I won't interfere.
We know of spells to bring back arms. Like, is
Oh,
that
yeah.
something that's okay? So
I mean, he's
in
got.
theory-
Sorry, he's got an arm where he didn't have an arm before, so.
Sure. But like, we know that we can just get you an arm back, and that's
Yeah.
cool. Okay. I feel like he's lying to us, but we kind of like are witnessing this. Is
Exactly.
there a
You're my teacher witness.
Is there a way to kind of record this? Do any of us have that capability?
I don't think so.
I mean, we do have a father and a small child that we're about to emotionally scar forever that will be able to.
Well, that's something. That is something. Shoot, I don't know.
The whole
I feel like
out.
it's unnecessary. I just keep feeling like it's unnecessary to take an arm. Like, why would you take an arm? That's just so random.
So then he's going to.
I mean, it's not random because I chopped his arm off.
That did happen. So
Yeah.
he will pull out the sword, and it is in fact the sword that was stolen from. And then with one quick swipe,
Oh, Jesus.
before you even know what's going on, you see your arm on the floor, and your vision starts getting red as these like your veins start like pulsing with this black energy.
What could go wrong?
Grab the arm and tie it to Eos and send Eos quickly to Rachel.
Eos is just running around, not sure where Rachel is.
Oh, damn it.
Like kind of swooning. I'm like, be careful running off with arms. That got me in trouble last time.
The daughter is just screaming. The father is furious, like, what are you doing? And like takes his daughter and like runs away.
It's okay. It's all an act.
Find Rachel.
And then he gets the blood off his sword, and he's like, for one of your station, you know something of honor. Perhaps with enough time, I can turn you into a worthwhile vassal. All right.
With my free hand, I just like wipe the vomit off my chin.
I will go and talk to the headmaster and free what? Judo?
Uso.
Yes, free whoever this Uso is, and who knows? I might even have a job for you coming up soon. Since I guess the person who I'm waiting for is not here, I will be taking my leave. Goodbye.
I'm just gonna lay down on the ground.
Give me a death saving throw.
Wah, wah, wah. Is that damage what I took?
Yeah.
Okay.
But there's something with the magic in the sword that also has you taking death saving throws immediately.
Yeah, no,
Oh
I needed to adjust my...
Can I cast Cure Wounds on him? Or on her? Like, immediately?
Oh, shit.
Oh, good.
Wait,
God.
Why is
Wait,
that
yeah. That should...
I don't know what that means.
Crit rate. Oh, okay. So the death save thing has like crit rate. Essentially, like if you roll a 10 or less, it shows up red as in you failed, not a crit.
Gotcha. But it's 10 is a success. That's weird. Because it's 10 and above is a success.
I've changed it to 11 because that added an extra thing.
Oh.
Although I don't know why this has 10 because like I've changed it in my games to 11.
Oh, gotcha.
So I think this is just a oversight.
But okay, so one failure then.
One failure.
Okay.
You cast Cure Wounds. The healing magic cannot grasp onto her.
Yeah. I'm gonna tie some twine around her arm to try and keep the blood from coming out.
Oh, this was like shoulder.
Jesus. Okay.
Can you give me some of those magic mushrooms you were talking about? That sounds nice.
I'm gonna look around for any kind of mushroom. Is there any mushrooms within my grasp?
Let's see. Nope.
All right.
Death saving throw number 2. Go.
Oh God.
Big money. 2 failures.
Those like black veins that were just around his shoulder are now like emanating and going up her neck, getting towards her face and her brain.
Oh my God.
What can go wrong?
Is Duchambeau gone?
Duchambeau is walking away, not in a hurry, but was like seems satisfied.
Huh. I will wait until Duchambeau is gone.
Gotcha. Then, but before Duchambeau is gone, there is one more death saving throw. Let's see what we got.
Oh my God. I've never rolled so poorly on death saves ever.
I've never seen someone get 3 fails.
Right? In a row?
Oh, okay. So as Astrid, you're watching as the black tendrils like eke into Tralheim's like mind.
Oh my God.
And you're seeing like her eyes start like getting covered in black. And at some point
Can I attempt Cure Wounds again or heal?
you can attempt Cure Wounds. You don't have heal.
Oh, that's right.
And just
Well,
remember, if you
we
have
have-
to do CPR, don't wait and just like calmly. You have to for CPR to work, you have to pound on someone's chest and scream, "No!"
I want to
So just start
yell
with that.
and like, we need help. I'm gonna like, we need help. We need people to come here, and hopefully the dad like points at the dad and his daughter and like
Oh no,
send
dad
help.
and daughter is gone
They're
after
gone.
they
They
saw
ran off.
someone. Yeah, after they saw an actual dismemberment, what they thought was a play for granola.
Apparently, it was really good granola though. So
I mean, it like Rachel is a high level like black mage. Like she uses like magic in her granola. It's not just like she has like the things, ancient like secrets, and yeah,
She knows all the things about granola.
she does.
Is Eos able to find Rachel at all? Is there any kind of
Not yet.
and is Trogheim so large that we can't drag her?
I mean, she's less large now.
right, yeah, definitely way less.
But Trogheim, it will be difficult for you to drag her, especially like trying to keep her. Like when someone has this type of trauma, you don't want to move them too much because it tends to make it worse unless you like stabilize them. And cutting off the shoulder makes it like hard because you can't like turn it, you can't like truncate it. So this is a very difficult thing for you to drag. And I think that's where we're going to end for the day. It is 3:30.
Oh my god.
Perfect. Dun 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 dun.
Oh my. Duchambeau has taken the lives of one. How is this going to play out? We will find out next week. What is next week? Next week is the 23rd. Yeah.
Nice.
Next week. So thank you all for playing. Jeremy, thank you for letting me chop your arm off.
You're welcome.
And we will see you all later.
Awesome. Bye,
Bye.
everybody.